Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today, I'm doing a video on infantry heroes. This is a highly requested video by a bunch of people. So we're going to go over who are the best infantry heroes and what are some good combinations of infantry heroes you can put together to make some really nice marches. So I'm going to do the best I can to cover all of them. I am free to play, so I don't have every one of them yet. But I'm close to it, so let's go over and see what we got here. So as far as infantry heroes, this is right here is going to be your best in the field infantry heroes. So when you're out fighting in the field in Odyssey or wherever, this is probably the best one. Most people play cavalry in this game, and this is a really good combo against them. First off, they have a combo skill together, so that's really nice. Wan Yu has this skill. If it's all infantry, your attack and damage is going to go up against cavalry players, so that's really nice. Attack, HP. While in the wild, you're going to take less damage. And this can go higher because keep in mind, he's not awakened. This is a nice skill. Defense and HP. While in the wild, 30% more damage. And that. So this is what I run as my main march most of the time. And again, this is really good for in the field fighting. My second march I run is Menez Richard. I know people might be like, why aren't you using Augustus with him? And first off, Augustus is, you got to pay for the hero wheel to get him up high. Mine's very low. I kind of use mine just for the potential bonuses to add damage. But I don't really play him. Plus, I'm not a huge fan of his skills. I think that this is a better combo of skills. So Menez does a lot of shielding. What do you run? Infantry only. He has really nice stats. Reduced damage against cavalry and HP. Counterattack. And he's got shield to block. Richard's got Lionheart, which, if it worked properly, I think would be one of the best, if not maybe the best skill in the game. I've noticed that, like, I've tested it so many times, and the movement speed just doesn't work on this skill. But the HP does work on this skill. Hopefully they update it and fix that bug with the movement speed. Attack and defense, and counter damage. The good thing about infantry players is a lot of their heroes have counter damage, or at least there's some leadership heroes you can use with infantry heroes that give you counter damage, and I'll go over that on my 4th and 5th march. Third march, I do Cao and Frederick. I know Cao pairs with a cavalry hero, but I use him with infantry. So when he leads 3 different unit types, you get 15% more damage. That's big. That's why people have asked me in other videos, why do you do 500 cavalry and 500 bowmen, or 1,000 and 1,000 with your march? And that's just to trigger this skill. Otherwise, you're not going to get the 15% more. Troop size increased by 10%. That is huge. Attack, defense, and HP as well. While you have more than 50% of your troops left, your normal attack damage goes up. When you have less, you receive a healing effect. Frederick, I just started working on about 2 weeks ago. He's level 50 and he's 5511. He's good to use because he is in the rush events, so you can get him up pretty easily, free to play. So deals damage to target. All units of your troop gain defense and HP. And again, these go up to 15 if I had him awakened. Percent to do extra damage. And increase your troop size and rally size even more. So once I get him awakened, this will go up pretty high. My 4th and 5th march for infantry, I like to call like my tanks. They're kind of counter-attack marches. Yes, I use Joan of Arc. A lot of people sleep on Joan of Arc. Like, why would you ever use her for fighting? And I'll show you why. So for troops that are allied with you in your area, the cavalry will gain 30%, infantry 30% defense, and archer and priest HP. 30% to counterattack damage. So I love using Joan when I'm out in the water for chibi and relic events. Sometimes I'll put her with another counterattack hero, just send one march out to like the enemy dock and kind of just let them pincher me as much as possible and just rack up a bunch of points and have fun that way. When receiving pincher attacks, takes 10% less damage, plus a 20% chance to burn 100 rage from the enemy. So counter plus pincher, plus all units attack, healing, and defense. Now this isn't the best combo you can do together, but it's kind of the best that I have when I add all my heroes that I have. So I run Hannibal. Hannibal's movement speed does work, unlike Richard's on the Lionheart skill. So attack and movement speed, 10% chance to increase your damage in normal attack. This is my 5th march. This eventually, it's not the greatest in the field, but this is eventually going to be my garrison march once I finish Wu. I just started Wu the same time that I started Frederick just a couple weeks ago. So she's not there yet. First thing though, they got a combo skill together, which is really nice. Reduces the incoming damage. When commanding a troop consists of 2 different unit types or 3 different unit types, it increases your defense. So 3 of them brings it to 40%. That's why I do the same thing here. I send a little bit of some cav and archers to get that effect. Chance to deal extra damage. And stack. So every time you lose 20% of your march, you're blocking 10% more of enemy incoming damage up to 4 times. She's got a healing effect, attack, defense, HP. And again, this goes higher. I think it goes to 15 once awakened. More counterattack damage. And it includes pincer attacks. You take less damage. And there's a 20% chance to burn 60 rage. That does go up, I believe, when you get her awakened. And skill damage. So those are my marches that I run. I also do currently, I don't have it autosave, but currently right now, I'll use this march right here when this is actually my garrison and my rally march currently, just because a lot of the times it's a pain to get all infantry in your march when you're running a rally or garrison. You're going to be kicking people, messaging, tagging, infantry only, infantry only. When you don't want to deal with that, this is a great combo for me because of 3 different unit types. So I'll do a little bit, and I've tested the stats on this. It's really good. Plus, I don't like switching runes out all the time. So, because right now I think Alex has my best runes. A lot of damage and HP, damage HP. I kind of just use him to run the rallies in the garrison. One thing I do switch though, if I know I'm going to be running some rallies, I will take the in the field skill off, and I will switch that one to a when attacking enemy garrison. So I'll switch this, give it a few minutes because it takes a few minutes for the skills to take place. From what I've tested a while back, I don't know if they've changed it, and I'll run that. A couple other options for infantry heroes. If you don't have a lot of gold heroes yet, Nobu's really good for in the field. I used him until just recently, but he's got 15% defense, while in the wild 20% to attack, and he's got a war drum skill. So if you're newer and you don't have a bunch of gold heroes, Nobu's a really good one to go with. This is a decent combo. I don't have him high because he's another pay to play. But that's a good combo if you do have these two together. I mentioned Augustus earlier. I use him for his I just leveled him up to get some infantry attack potential skills, and then eventually I will get one more of these so I can get 2% to infantry damage. I'll kind of leave him at that. But if you can't afford him, he's an okay combination with Menez, because they'll give you that they'll give you this here. Let's see. Other ones we have are, I see a lot of people use Charlemagne with some infantry marches. He's due to his skills, attack, heal, and HP. Attack damage and counter damage. And this one here, Fury. He's got some other ones too. I don't use them, but I see him on some infantry players, so that's a neat, decent option. And then the last one would be Yi Sun-Sin, because he goes with Hannibal. This is another pay to play, so I don't have him leveled up much. And I'm also not a big fan of his skills, but if you do have him awakened and you do have Hannibal awakened, that's a nice combo. These ones are all cavalry and archer, so I don't have them. Now, when you're really new to the game, you can always use Charles Martel. He's an AoE hero. So when you're hitting a bunch of people together, he's going to do more damage. He's got bleeding effect, Fury. Ivan is okay in the very beginning. He can kind of go with any march type. And then, where's Herman at? Herman's decent as well. So all units, 15 attack, normal attack, and war drum. So that's it. That's all the heroes. as of right now, until they add more. Again, the best in the wild march by far is this here. Unfortunately, Wan Yu is pay to play, so it takes a little bit to get his skills up, but his skills are super OP. So are Alex's. Plus, they have a combo skill together, so you can't really beat that. And this is probably the best garrison combo for any unit type, whether you're cavalry, archer, or infantry, if you have them both awakened and you got some nice runes on them. So I hope this helps everybody that's had questions about the infantry heroes. If you have any questions, leave a comment below, message me on Discord. If you haven't yet, click subscribe. I'm always dropping new content, trying to help make useful tips and tricks, plus a lot of Odyssey content like battles and fights. So until next time, we'll see you. Peace.